Ever walk past like a metal fab plant and just wonder what goes on in there? Like it's not just sparks and noise, right?
No, not at all.
There's like a whole orchestration
Yeah,
happening to like turn raw metal into the stuff we use every day.
it's incredible.
So today we're diving deep into the role of the Metal Production Supervisor,
Okay,
and we're using RoleCatcher.com as our guide. So
good resource.
yeah, they're great.
Yeah, you are.
For listeners who haven't checked them out before, RoleCatcher is like a platform that's designed for, you out there, job seekers.
Totally. And this deep dive, I mean, we're going deep, not messing around.
Not messing around. This is about, we're not just skimming the surface here.
Right.
We're going for the real insider perspective
Yeah, I like it. I like where we're going.
on what this career is all about.
Oh, oh. And RoleCatcher is great for that. They've got like a treasure trove of information from, detailed career guides all the way to interview prep tools. So,
Yeah.
like we said, it's really the backstage pass to this world.
Yeah, it is. It is. So let's like step onto that factory floor.
Let's do it.
RoleCatcher paints a very vivid picture of this world.
Yeah.
Just imagine like molten metal being poured, sparks flying from grinders,
Oh, yeah.
the rhythmic clang of the machinery.
It's a sensory experience, that's for sure.
Totally. So, not a job for the faint of heart.
No.
But in this controlled chaos,
Right.
you've got the Metal Production Supervisor
Right. That's right.
who's making sure that all of that results in a high-quality product.
Okay, so what does that actually mean day to day?
Right.
Like the guide mentions overseeing laborers, but like
Yeah.
what does that look like in action?
Right. So think of it like conducting an orchestra.
Yeah.
Each worker, each machine, they have their part.
Right.
And the supervisor's making sure everyone's in sync, hitting their cues, working together. And it all comes together to create this like symphony
Wow. Okay.
of metal fabrication. So we're talking about, so managing people,
Yes.
but also really understanding the technical processes involved. It's not just about, barking orders.
Yeah.
It's about knowing how things work and making sure they're working efficiently and safely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're responsible for safety protocols, training the new hires, troubleshooting the equipment malfunctions, and then making sure that the final product meets all the specifications.
Right. And let's not forget, RoleCatcher mentioned these typical interactions. So
Oh, yeah. Good point.
yeah, this isn't a solo gig.
It is not.
You're dealing with everyone from the factory floor to the executive suite.
Precisely. That's exactly it. You're like the conductor, making sure everyone's playing their part from, like you said, the newest hire all the way up to the executive in their office.
Wow.
That takes people skills.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. You're reporting on the progress. You're addressing any concerns from both sides. You might have to mediate disputes, and you're keeping that communication flowing
Yeah.
between the departments.
Which probably explains why like strong communication skills is like one of the top requirements
Absolutely, yeah.
for this role.
Yeah, because it's not just managing machines anymore.
Right.
You got to manage people.
Yeah.
And that is a whole other,
Exactly.
ball game.
It takes a certain...
It does, and it's not even just, being a good communicator.
Yeah.
You got to be a problem solver, a decision maker, a leader.
Right.
And you're the one that's got to motivate their team
Wow.
to achieve those goals.
Okay, so speaking of goals, RoleCatcher's career stages section
Okay.
really caught my eye here. So
Okay.
tell me more about this whole climbing the ladder aspect.
Okay, so the cool thing about this career path is you don't necessarily need that fancy degree to get started.
Okay.
A lot of metal production supervisors, they start on the factory floor,
Okay.
maybe as a metal production worker or a technician.
Right.
Yeah,
So really getting your hands dirty, learning the ropes from the ground up.
100%, yeah, because that's the experience that you can't get from a textbook,
You can't. Exactly.
You got to be there, you got to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, so it's really valuable.
It is.
Okay, so then as you gain that experience, that knowledge, then you can move up to roles with more responsibility.
Exactly, yeah, so you can become a lead, a foreman, and then eventually work your way all the way up to supervisor.
Okay, so someone starting out in this field could realistically see a path towards leadership.
Absolutely.
And a pretty rewarding one at that, judging by what RoleCatcher's insights on earning potential.
For sure. This is what I think is so interesting about exploring this as a career. It's not just a job.
Yeah.
It's a career ladder, like we said.
Okay.
Real opportunities for advancement.
And especially in today's job market.
100%.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Let's dive into those a little bit more after a quick break.
Okay. So we're back.
Back at it.
Diving deeper into the world of Metal Production Supervisor.
So-
Now, RoleCatcher doesn't shy away from the fact that this job
Yeah,
not
right.
for everyone.
Right.
This is demanding work.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're talking long hours,
Oh.
on your feet, in a loud,
Yep.
potentially hazardous environment.
Absolutely.
Right.
This isn't like sitting at a desk.
Not your typical 9 to 5.
Nope, not at all.
But RoleCatcher also highlights like the upside, right?
Right.
In their pros and cons section.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the
Okay.
earning potential
Oh, yeah.
they
Should
mentioned.
say pretty enticing.
Yeah, well, here's where it gets really interesting, okay?
Okay.
There's a real skills gap, like a big one, in manufacturing.
Right.
And companies, they're all competing for these experienced supervisors. So what does
Okay.
that mean? Higher salaries, better benefits.
So the challenges, they're real.
Oh, yeah.
But the rewards,
100%.
they're significant.
They're there, yeah.
And it seems like those rewards,
Yeah.
they kind of go beyond just the paycheck too, don't they? Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like there's a real satisfaction you get.
Right.
Leading a team, solving problems,
Yeah.
seeing a product come to life.
Yeah, there's a real sense of
A pride of it.
pride,
Yeah.
big time. Yeah, you're contributing to something real,
Something tangible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got it. There's also that element of like constant learning
Oh, yeah.
and adaptation. RoleCatcher talks about that.
For sure.
They mention like the increasing use of robotics,
Yeah.
automation in metal fabrication.
Yeah. And it's already changing things.
Which sounds like kind of a game changer for the industry.
Your time.
Right. Yeah.
So, question then. Like,
yeah.
if robots are kind of taking over, does that mean fewer jobs?
That's a good question. It's something I get a lot,
Yeah.
but I see it as more of an evolution than a threat.
Okay.
Because you still need someone to program the robots,
Right.
maintain them,
Right.
fix them when they break down.
And make sure they're working with the whole process. Right.
Yeah.
And that's where Metal Production Supervisors, their skills become even more important.
So instead of replacing human workers,
Right.
technology's changing, like the types of skills
Yeah.
that are in demand, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like it's not enough to just be good with your hands anymore. You need to be tech savvy,
Oh, yeah.
adaptable.
100%.
Right.
And that's what they were talking about in RoleCatcher,
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that RoleCatcher really emphasizes in that knowledge and learning section.
Yeah, it's all about constantly learning, staying up to date
Mm-hmm.
on the latest tech, even developing leadership skills.
Right.
Because now you're managing a team of people and robots.
It's fascinating how tech is reshaping what it means to be a metal production supervisor.
I know, right? It's really cool.
But let's say, okay,
Yeah.
you've got the skills,
Okay.
you've got the drive,
You're motivated.
and you're ready to land that dream job, right?
Okay.
How do you ace the interview? Now, RoleCatcher has a whole section
Yeah.
dedicated to interview prep.
They do, yeah.
Right.
Packed with good stuff.
So tell me about it.
Okay, so they even have, like, sample interview questions.
Oh, okay.
And some of them, they're tough.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. They really,
Make you think on your feet.
they make you think.
Right.
And that's what they want to see.
Okay, give us an example.
Okay, so one that comes to mind,
Yeah.
imagine you have a really tight deadline.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got to get this product out the door.
Okay.
But you find a quality control issue
Oh, boy.
with a batch of materials.
Okay.
How do you handle it?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's not about knowing, like, the textbook answer.
Right.
It's about showing them.
Right. You can problem solve.
You can solve the problem.
Yeah.
You're a leader.
You can think on your feet.
Exactly.
Right.
You got to make tough calls under pressure. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Someone who's calm, can think critically, and get things back on track
Right.
without sacrificing quality.
Yeah.
It's important.
So they're not just looking for someone who's like book smart.
No.
They want someone who can handle those curveballs.
Real world.
Yeah, those real world situations.
Right.
And RoleCatcher doesn't just like leave you hanging.
No, they wouldn't do that to you.
After those tough questions,
Right.
they give you guidance
Right.
on how to like craft those compelling answers.
They do.
Right.
They break it down on their site.
Okay.
How to showcase your strengths.
Okay.
How to highlight that experience you've got.
Mm-hmm.
And show your passion for this stuff.
Right. Right.
It's all about standing out.
Okay.
They even have, get this, AI-powered interview practice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you can practice your answers, get
Yeah.
feedback.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like having a coach in your pocket,
Like a personal interview coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So you're not alone.
So even if you're, if you're nervous about that interview process, RoleCatcher's got your back.
100%.
Okay, but getting the job,
Yeah,
that's just the first step, right?
that's true.
So what about like the future
Okay. Yeah.
of this career?
Yeah.
RoleCatcher mentioned industry trends, right?
Right.
That could like really
Hmm.
impact
Yeah. Big
the
thought.
work of a metal production supervisor. Like way down the line.
Yeah.
So we're gonna unpack those
Okay.
intriguing insights
I like it.
right after we hear from our sponsors.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we are back,
Back at it.
ready to really, untack these industry trends
Yeah, let's do it.
that RoleCatcher highlighted, because these aren't just like buzzwords.
No, not at all.
These are like the forces that are shaping the future of metal fabrication.
Big time.
And that means the future of the metal production supervisor role.
Exactly. Yeah. They go hand in hand.
Totally. So like 3D printing with metals, for example.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one, right?
It's already starting to like
It's huge.
revolutionize how we design and manufacture stuff. And
Yeah.
its influence is only going to grow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, imagine a
Yeah.
world where you're not just overseeing, people on a factory floor,
Right.
but you're managing a team of 3D metal printing technicians.
It's a whole different ballgame.
It is. It is. It's very different.
So instead of just managing
Yeah.
the traditional manufacturing,
Right.
future supervisors might have to be like really well versed in this.
Oh, yeah. Like, you got to speak the language.
Right.
And,
These cutting edge technologies.
yeah. And it's not just 3D printing.
Right.
RoleCatcher was talking about smart factories, too.
Right. Right.
Where everything's connected, the machines,
Okay.
all the data's there in real time.
Wow.
Decisions are made
Mhm.
instantly.
It's like the factory floor is becoming like this,
Yeah.
like this high-tech
interconnected
Yeah.
ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what does that mean for our metal production supervisor?
Right.
Are they going to be like analyzing data streams instead of like
Right. So it's not about replacing,
overseeing workers?
it's about adding to it.
Okay.
Right. So now you have human oversight
Yeah.
plus, those real-time insights.
Okay. Okay.
And imagine like being able to track everything that's going on,
right.
identify any bottlenecks right away,
Wow.
even predict if a machine's going to break down,
That's a lot.
all through data.
Responsibility.
That's the power of these smart factories.
It sounds like the role is becoming like much more strategic
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and data driven.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that comes with its own
Right.
challenges and opportunities.
Okay, and RoleCatcher mentioned something else too
Okay.
about like sustainability concerns.
Yeah, it's a big one these days, right?
Impacting material choices and things like that.
Oh, yeah. It's not just about making something that's high quality anymore.
Right.
Consumers and companies, they want sustainable
Yeah.
manufacturing practices.
Okay, so that means
Recycled materials, less waste.
so metal production supervisor might need to be knowledgeable about like
Oh, yeah.
the environmental impact
100%. So that's everything from,
of all these
your
tools. Yeah.
sourcing decisions
Mhm.
to, how you're actually making the thing.
Wow.
It all matters now.
It's incredible how like technology and sustainability and all of this is like changing this role.
I know. It's a lot to consider.
So, like, to wrap things up, it sounds like this deep dive has shown us that metal production supervisor, it's not just a job title.
No, it's way more than that.
It's like a gateway into like a world of possibilities.
I like how you put that. Yeah, that's like, you're not
From managing people and processes to like
clocking in and clocking out.
embracing technology and leading these sustainability efforts.
Yeah, leading the charge. It's exciting.
The future of this role is like anything but static.
It's dynamic, for sure.
And, if you're someone who thrives in that kind of environment,
Yeah, if you like to be busy, like to solve problems,
enjoys problem solving,
this could be the thing for you.
excited by, shaping the future of like manufacturing.
Absolutely.
This could be a really like a great path for you.
Couldn't agree more.
Huge thank you to RoleCatcher for like providing the roadmap
Yeah, they're
to this fascinating career, and to you, our listener,
Thanks for being here.
for joining us on this journey into the heart of metal production.
It's been fun.
Whether you're just starting out, looking for a change, remember, like,
It's out there.
there's a world of opportunity out there.
Yeah.
All it takes is a little curiosity, that willingness to learn,
You got this.
and the courage to just, like, forge your own path. So, until next time,
It's the future.
keep exploring, keep asking those questions,
Keep learning.
and keep diving deep.